So are you into self-help, self-improvement?
Always. Every day.
Every day you can improve a little bit more.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. But you don't go to gurus, you don't go for therapies and things.
Well, I have been to therapy. No, I don't have any gurus. I've been studying metaphysics for 25 years. And I have a friend who teaches metaphysics, but I wouldn't call him a guru.
So how does the study of metaphysics affect your, well, when you wake up in the morning and your day?
Well, I have to remember, you know, I mean,
Right.
even though I've been at it 25 years, I forget to practice it. But it's about creating your reality. It takes all blame away from everybody else. So, you know, it's so easy to beat up your parents and blame people for your lot in life, and it's bull. At least I think so.
But then you put it on yourself.
Eventually, yeah, you put it on yourself because you can fix it. If you put it on somebody else, you can't fix them, and you can't change them, and you can't fix them. But if you put it on yourself, you can fix that. You can change that.
Is there any kind of focus on a God in your...
Yes, I believe in the concept of God, goddess, all that is. I believe in a God. I believe in the concept of a God and a goddess, all that is much larger now. What I believe now is that it's much larger than what I was taught when I went to school.
You were brought up a Catholic. You went to convent,
Roman
didn't
Catholic.
you?
We were Catholic, convent schools, Roman Catholic upbringing, Jesuit university. I was there. I've done it.
And you believed what you were being taught? You liked organized
not by the
religion?
time I got to the Jesuit university, no. But oh, sure, as a child, I believed it, and it gave me a foundation. I think it gave me something solid to believe in, so I wouldn't be afraid. You know how children are.
Was it quite important for your mother to bring you up a Catholic?
Yes, my mother was very, very devout. Both my parents were daily communicants. Went to Mass and Communion every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They were divorced, but they did this separately.
Yeah.
But then it was just too restrictive, and I had a hard time believing in a God who had people burn in hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't do it, you know? I don't believe there's such a person who would do that.
Yeah.
So I just believe in something bigger and kinder.
So did you
who knows my name?
What do you mean?
Well, we're taught that we have a higher self. If you believe in reincarnation, which but I do, it's a part of you that goes through, is always there, no matter what form you take.
Right.
It's a much a higher spiritual part of you that always follows you, no matter which lifetime you choose.
You're quite an independent lady, aren't you?
I am.
Barney's at home, looking after himself.
The secret to our success.
Is it? Really?
I think so. The secret to our success of our marriage is that we don't see each other a lot.
Yeah.
And when we do see each other, we have a wonderful time. We communicate all the time. But my work takes me to Canada 8 months out of the year.
Right.
I mean, we obviously we spend holidays together, and I fly there when I can, but I'm just married to a really understanding, swell guy.
He sounds gorgeous. Now, let's explain. Barney was the creator.
Barney was my boss. I married the boss.
You're not allowed to do that.
I did. He was the creator, Cagney and Nicey. And when we first met, I didn't like him. When I had,
serious?
Yeah, I had a lunch with him at Musso and Frank's. My manager went with me. She said, "You must." I said, "I don't want to do the series." She said, "At least pay this man the courtesy. He's approached you 3 times. At least pay him the courtesy of having lunch with him. Let him talk to you." When the lunch was over, my manager said, out in the lobby, she said, out in the parking lot, "So, what do you think?" I said, "I don't want to do it." And she said, "You know, Sweet Pea, I really think that we should think about this one." I said, "You said I didn't have to do it. All I had to do was have lunch with them."
You spoiled brat.
Right, I know. And she said, "I know I said that, but I just think it's something we should discuss." I said, "Well, I don't like the guy with the beard." And that was Barney.
So what changed?
Oh, respect. He is clearly the finest producer for drama television that there ever was, and there ever is. There just isn't anybody better, especially for women.
You waited for him a long time, didn't you? You waited to meet him a long time.
Yes, I didn't plan on meeting him. I had never wanted to get married. I had never seen a good marriage. My parents were divorced. Both sets of grandparents were divorced.
Right.
Yeah, and I just seen a lot of funny business around marriage.
So marriage to you meant it didn't work.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
Do not need it. And I thought having children, eventually I realized wasn't for me because I was still trying to raise myself. I suppose that was part of my charm. But I just couldn't see myself having the awesome responsibility of raising a human being.
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't. It was just overwhelming to me. I knew that I was immature and that raising myself was a full-time job. So I let that go. So there was no reason to get married.
Well, what's coming next then? I don't mean work. What's happening?
I don't know. I just feel something opening up that's totally new, that's, I guess, a new time in my life, that I have to take this age and make it apply to this world. And the last 10 years, I didn't know how to quite take this age and make it work. I still feel young.
Yeah. You are still young. Look at you. You look young.
Thank you.
Do you think that your happiness is quite dictated to by work? I mean, if you're in a good role, are you more happy than, you know?
Yes, my happiness is in my work and in my family. I'm happy both places, surrounded by work and surrounded by my family. I love that too.
Yeah. What's your ideal role? Is there a role you haven't played yet?
No, I used to joke and say yes, the life story of Ella Fitzgerald, but there isn't. There's no role that I'm longing to play. I long to read a good script that will excite me.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah. You were talking earlier about Shirley Valentine, that kind of role.
Oh, I loved Shirley Valentine. Yeah, and I'd love to create a role like that. Because Pauline Collins was, of course, brilliant in it. I met her at Tom Conti's house. I was so nervous. I said, "It's so nice to meet you, Shirley."
Oh no.
It's just, I do get starstruck, and I just thought she was so brilliant. So,
well, I had to be very careful this morning not to say, "Christine, it's so fantastic to meet you." And I didn't, and I'm very proud of myself. But Sharon Gless, thank you so much for talking to us. It was a real pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.